Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name's Emily, if you're new here. Hi, hello, welcome, settle in. Welcome to another vlog. We're going to try and vlog this week. We will see how it goes. So I've just been on half term. It was a travel day today, so travelling back from Reading, my hometown, back to my flat in London. And it was a disaster. It took me an hour to get from Paddington to my flat, when it should have taken half an hour max. Anyway, home now, but the worst part of it all was I go to Sainsbury's at Paddington and I buy myself a little energy drink as a little treat to myself, so I've got a lot of work to get on with this afternoon. And it's now so late in the day that I can't enjoy it, because if I drink it, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. So, a bit annoying. We shall save it for tomorrow. But anyway, we're back. We've got a suitcase to unpack, got some bed clothes that need changing, and some work to begin on with. Before I do unpack, I just want to show you what I got. So I got this Viking Mary, which I think I've seen this one before, but I've never tried it. So I'll give you a taste test of that tomorrow, I think. And then I got these as well, which if anyone follows me on Instagram, you'll see that I absolutely love these. This is a flavour that I haven't tried before, the beta flavour. So yes, I'm very excited. I'm gonna chat while I attempt to unpack this. I think I said that this week has been half term, and it's not been a normal half term. I've had a bunch of stuff going on, and there is just so much happening right now, and it's really freaking tiring, and it's really hard on my brain. My kind of capacity for my brain has not been great this week. My anxiety has been really high the last couple of weeks, which has not been great. Kind of getting to that point of burnout, which is not fun. And this is the other thing, is that I've not just got a lot going on in school life, I've got stuff going on in my personal life because my brother is getting married. So I've got a lot to think about with that as well. Pretty much almost done in terms of what I need to think about. I've got the last bits kind of ordered. I just need to figure out what I'm going to do with my makeup. So this vlog I think is going to be a bit different. It's not going to be all like happy-go-lucky, like, oh my gosh, living in London, drama school, yay. I think it's going to be a real week of stress, anxiety, my brain not really being able to cope. So yeah, come with me for this vlog. It's going to be so fun, I promise. Friday I've got my combat exam, yay. I don't even know if I can remember that routine. This is what I mean, I've got so much happening all at once and it's just too much for my little brain. We're not gonna cry 5 minutes into this video, we're not. Also got like showreel to think about, which is like writing and filming your own scene. We've got the showcase to think about, coming up with scenes for that, which I've basically done. Anyway, one of the essentials that I brought back from home, coffee. My parents have Nescafe, like instant, what are they, cappuccinos? Sure, cappuccino, why not? They like have these on Amazon, like repeat, and so when I'm home I steal all the coffee. I'm doing a lot recently. I think I've said before that I find London sometimes really lonely, and I do think I'm doing better with actually having friends this year, but I find socializing after hours, like outside of school hours, really freaking challenging, because by the end of the day my capacity to actually be socially present has usually gone down to about 0. Especially when it's like a lot of the time, if people are going to go out, it's a very last minute decision, and my brain's kind of already at that stage of I've not been conserving enough energy to go out. If I'm going out, I need to know in advance so that I conserve my energy throughout the day, so that by the time we go out I still have enough energy to do it. I do sometimes feel like I miss out because my autistic brain can't handle going out, and I'm missing out on friendships and socializing, and that's really crappy, and I hate that happens, and I'm trying to do better, but it just doesn't always work out that way, unfortunately. But we're not crying in the first 10 minutes. No, I forbid it. As I was saying, it does sometimes bother me that I don't have the typical experience. I come home and I shut myself off and I like to sit and play Minecraft and do my jigsaw puzzles. It just means I don't always get the same connections and the same friendships that I feel like everybody else around me has. And that can kind of suck sometimes. I don't know how to socialise. I don't know how to balance looking after my own mental health, my own brain, and my own capacity for socialising. We're not gonna cry! Oh. Yeah, balancing my own capacity for socialising and still being available enough to make friends and maintain friendships. Can you tell I'm autistic? Does it show? I need to go for an autism assessment. I have a whole bunch of things I need to do. I've got lines I need to learn for my acting class because I've got a showing on Thursday. I need to go over my lines for Romeo and Juliet, which is our spring show, and I need to like learn my cues because I do not know my cues in the slightest. Yeah, and then I've got a whole bunch of emails I need to send as well. Can't wait to be back. One of the other things I brought home some Wii games. Really random. My parents had a Wii growing up, but they can't use it at the moment because they got a new TV a couple years ago and the Wii doesn't plug into it. However, my boyfriend has a Wii and I really enjoy playing Wii with him. And so I was like, why don't I just take some games from my parents and just take them to my boyfriend's and play them at my boyfriend's. So I took Super Mario Bros, which this one is mine, and I don't think I've even completed this game, so maybe he could help me complete it. And then we also got Toy Story 3. This was one of my favourite games to play because there was only a handful of games I could actually play on my own. Well, games that A, were actually fun to play on my own, and B, games that weren't my brother's, and therefore I would have to ask or play with him. So yeah, and this was one of them. And I just remember really loving this game. So I was like, why don't I just take it to my boyfriend so I could even just like restart the whole game with him, and that would be kind of fun. I bought him some new games for Valentine's Day, and I bought him one that we could do together. And I was thinking back to the games that I used to play as a kid, and I was like, oh, I miss playing this game. I love this game. So now I'm very happy that I have it and I can take it to my boyfriend's and we can play it. That's why I should put my clothes away. I really wanted to film me cooking, but I had one of my flatmates in the kitchen at the same time as me, and I was like, that's weird. Because yeah, I've been watching a lot of Talia Mar vlogs recently, and she does a lot of cooking. I'm like, actually, like, it's really nice just to have someone cooking and just like chatting to the camera. That's actually really cool. So I was gonna try and be Talia Mar essentially. But yes, we're not doing anything fancy. We're simply doing some pasta, which is, oh, that's why I left the bloody thing on, so that's gonna be stuck to the bottom of the pan. Ah, okay. Okay, Chris has averted, but it's decided I'm never gonna be an aesthetic cooking channel. Basically, I left the pasta in the pan while the tomato sauce just like simmered for a bit to get rid of some of the wateriness. But I hadn't realised I'd left the hob on, so the pasta was literally just cooking and sticking to the bottom of the pan. But it's not burnt, and we survived. I've made a bit of a mess, to be honest. There is tomato sauce on the floor, and all over my plate and all over the work surface. But you know what? It's not all about looks. Good morning, it's Saturday. I did have to think about that. It's 11 o'clock. I had a very nice lie-in this morning because it is still my half term and I am going to make good use of that. It's plan for the day, gym, Aldi, come home, clean up a bit, and then get on with all the tasks I didn't do yesterday. And then if I have time, I either need to dye my hair because I don't know if you can see in this light, if I come closer, you can kind of see that my roots are showing because this is not my natural hair colour. I'm naturally like a very dark brown, but I kind of dye my hair auburn. But my roots need touching up. So either I'll do that this weekend or next weekend. Let's go. the gym, we did legs, and then got another leg workout, lugging my massive bag of shopping home. I'm not gonna lie, I got a bus. I literally carried this like the last 5 minutes, but it was still heavy. Yeah, you probably would have seen if I actually put the clips in. There was a girl at the gym and she looked really cool and like had really cool tattoos and like a really cute outfit, and I really wanted to go say hi to her, but I was like, I don't know what to say that doesn't make me sound really creepy, so I left it. And like, we were working out next to each other, and then once I left to go to a different machine, I didn't see her again. So I was like, okay, if I see her again, maybe I'll say hi. We will see. But yeah, I've got a lot of like mixed feelings about the gym recently, because I love going and it's great for my mental health, but like I want to be able to push myself, but I don't know, I'm not in the right frame of mind to do that. I don't think I don't have the mindset for consistency right now, which is really bugging me. And part of the reason I want to be really consistent is because I am the heaviest I've ever been, which, yeah, I'm kind of in a weird space with that, because I've struggled with my weight my whole life pretty much. For as long as I can remember, I've never been happy with my body. I'm kind of in a weird space because I'm like, I don't have the mental energy to be upset about my body right now. I've got so many other things on my mind that worrying about my body is not something I can cope with as well, so it kind of just gets pushed back. And yeah, I really want to be eating better, but in really stressful times I turn to food for comfort, and I feel like if I take the comfort food away, I'm not going to cope as good. So it's kind of, I'm in a weird space with like my body and my health. And like, I'm cooking new meals and I'm trying to be good with that, and like try some new meals out, try some healthy stuff. But it's not easy. It's really not easy, and trying to save money as well while doing that can be really hard, because food is really expensive. Like, meat is so expensive. So actually, yeah, I've got some meat substitutes, because I'm like, I can't afford meat. It's so expensive. Anyway, yeah. Oh, yes, I've got my Monster. I completely forgot I had that. So we're gonna drink that. Now I'll give you a taste test. So I'm also just like, I'm kind of happy with my body, but I'm also like, I want to be lighter. I want to be smaller. It's kind of hard to do on my own as well, when I've got like no accountability for it either. Oh, I can have protein shake as well. I love these protein shakes from Aldi. They're £1. Yeah, and I have these after the gym, and they're delicious. I do think about starting protein powder. I'm a bit like, I want to try. I don't want to buy I don't want to buy a massive bag of protein powder and then find out I don't like it. I don't want to waste that money. So I'm like, I need to try and find like a sample packet. I know My Protein do like big boxes of sample packets, and I did see like a small sample packet of protein powder in Holland and Barrett the other day for like £2. So yeah, I want to try protein powder before I go out and buy it in bulk, because actually buying a bag of protein powder would potentially be more cost effective than buying these. And I've also been thinking about starting creatine, which is supposed to help with like, I guess, energy and like being able to lift more, which would be great. But I'm also like, creatine's expensive. Do I go to the gym enough to justify buying creatine? At the moment, probably not, but I'm like, would buying creatine and taking creatine actually motivate me to go to the gym more? I have no idea is the answer. So it's something I'm kind of a bit back and forth with at the moment. So yeah. This week's meals are going to consist of carbonara. I'm going to try making lentil bolognese, which I've never ever done before. I've never cooked lentils ever before in my life, but I had lentil bolognese at my boyfriend's ages ago, and it just suddenly, like, it's one of those things that I've been thinking about making, because beef is so expensive. I don't buy beef anymore because it's so expensive, And I really miss having a beef bolognese. But I can't justify it because pork is cheaper. Pork mince is cheaper. As is lentil. But yeah, so it's been one of those things that I've been meaning to try for ages. And I suddenly just thought, yeah, let's do it. So we're gonna try lettuce bolognese this week. So let's try this. Ow, I bit my nail off. Let's try Viking berry. I like that. It's not my favourite in the world, but I do like it. I need to bring in my costume on Monday. So my costume was at my parents' house. It was this green dress. It doesn't look very green right now. But basically this is one of those dresses that you can tie like a million different ways. And I have an idea of how I want to tie it, but I've never tied it like that before. So I'm just going to try it on quickly and see. Literally just over my clothes and just try a couple different ways of tying the top. So it also comes with this, like, they call it a bandeau. It's basically just a boob tube for like just a bit more coverage. I want to do like a halter neck thing because my character's like supposed to be a politician. Oh, there's still tape on this. There's still a bit of body tape on this. I think obviously it would look better without the top on underneath, but I don't think it's bad. Actually, I wonder if you could get away with the boob tube underneath. You know what, actually I'm going to take my top off and we're going to see how it actually looks. Okay, so we've done slightly longer rope down the back, which is a bit too long because it's now like sucking me in a lot, like uncomfortably. I think this could work. I think the bandeau works and it means we're not going to have any side boob showing. I'm going to go look in like the mirror. I like it. I'm not like 100% sold and I can't figure out why. Like possibly the way it's draped over my boobs. I don't know, I think also the type here looks a bit odd. I think, yeah, I'm gonna keep looking, but for now, I think this is a good starting place for sure. So while turn of events, I've done a lot on terms of finding agents and things like that. But as I was looking at someone's Spotlight was like, oh, your payment's gonna, you need to pay us in 10 days. And I was like, oh, I thought it's set up direct debit. Turns out I didn't, so I was like, okay, let me set that up. Go into my banking app, and it says, like, under the pending tab, it says Uber pending as an account name. And I'm like, that seems weird for 68p, considering I haven't used them Wednesday when the pending is from. I was like, that doesn't seem right. Let me check. This doesn't match Uber, who have taken money from me because I used them on Tuesday. I used a Line Bite. I was like, that doesn't match. Seems like someone's trying to fraud me for 68p. Nope, just turns out Uber were trying to steal my money for no reason. Love that. But this has happened to me before though, like a year ago. No, over a year ago. It was like November 2024. Someone tried to steal my money and I had to get a new card, and I was without a card for like a debit card for like 2 weeks. And yeah, it was stressful and I hated it. So it's just like, please no, not again. But thankfully no, breakdown avoided, thankfully. Good morning, it's Sunday. I've just left church. I knew when I woke up this morning I wasn't feeling social at all. So I was like, I'll come in, I'll say hi to my friend. Literally the only reason I went. And I'll leave. And like, it was a good service. I enjoyed it. And I went over and I said hi, and she was like, I want to get tea. And I'm like, the tea is going to be so busy and it's going to hurt my ears. And she's like, oh, I've got to stay until this thing. Can you stay with me? I was like, oh, I love you. But I stayed with her. We chatted for a bit. But now I'm overstimulated. My brain hurts. But yes, we're going to head to Primark now because what do you do when you're overstimulated? You go somewhere more overstimulating. Because I lied yesterday when I said I had everything for my brother's wedding. I don't, hence the need to go to Primark. Hopefully shouldn't be there long because I know exactly what I need. So it should just be fairly quick. Gone on a side tangent. Way home. Got a whole bus to myself. So did get the bangs because I was like, I really want some bracelets. So I was like, I know I want to update my jewelry collection, but maybe starting small, starting cheap is the best way to do it. Because then I know if I'll actually wear the piece before I invest in it. And then I got the clothes I went there for as well. Yes, I'm now very hungry. It's, can't check the time. It's nearly 1:30. So it's lunchtime. Okay, so I'm trying to carry on with the stuff that I started yesterday, but my internet is still being absolutely terrible. I think I've done enough though that realistically I can do this during the week. I think a lot of these emails won't take too long to write. There's just a bit of the email I need to be approved by our director before I send it out. I'm feeling so tired. I literally just want to go to bed. The kind of problem is that to push through and get all this stuff done, I have to mask. And I have to push away the authentic version of myself so that I can keep going and doing it. But that's incredibly tiring. Either way, I lose. I might take a nap, which means that I'll sleep rubbish tonight. But to be honest, I just think that I could do with a nap. And then whatever is my highest priority task, when I wake up, I'm gonna get on with that. So this looks completely random. I've actually done it like a graph like that. The higher up you go that way, the more energy it takes. The further along you go that way, oh, there's the other one, the least priority is. So over here we've got doing a makeup trial for my brother's wedding and like Romeo and Juliet, dyeing my hair. We've got learn Eva lines, which is Eva's the name of my teacher, and I've got to learn lines for her class. Got to write a proposal for another class. Got to go over my Shakespeare lines. And I've got to send emails. So overall, lots to do, but I think that's just made it clear of what I need to focus on when I wake up, and it'll probably be Shakespeare. And it might be drafting a proposal or starting to think about my proposal. So yeah. Right, so this is not something I was going to do now, but I was lying in bed and I was like, you know what, I'm going to be busting my ass this week. I'm going to be stressing so much, no matter how much I get done today. So I was like, you know what, let's chill for a bit. Let's do my makeup. Let's do some makeup prep. Let's do a trial run for it. Because it's fun, it won't take forever. And then after that, I can get stuff ready for the week. I'll probably speedrun this, but I might just show you like what products I'm using. The kind of plan I've got is, I literally googled, I was like, what's a good colour to go with green and auburn? Green and burgundy, because I've got green eyes and I'm going to be wearing burgundy. And Google said like copper and gold. We have some gold there, we've got some like copper there, we've got some light copper there. I was originally thinking burgundy, but I was like, actually, yeah, gold's better because then otherwise it's too much burgundy, because I've got burgundy jumpsuit, burgundy wrap, red handbag. It's just too much burgundy otherwise. And then I also have some gold shimmer as well, and some like orangey copper as well, although I'm worried that will just look strange and like I have some kind of disease. But there also is, I don't know how to show, okay, I don't know how to, I'm not a makeup YouTuber, I don't know how to hold palettes. There is also a lot of brown along the bottom, which could be kind of coppery, we'll see. I might do a base because all the rest is like sparkly and shimmery. I might do a base with one of them. We're going in with the L'Oreal True Match blendable foundation. We're going to start with Maybelline Grippy right now. I'm happy with my eyes. I just need something a little bit more neutral for my lips, I think. Good morning. It's Tuesday. I did not film a lot yesterday. A, because I forgot. B, because filming during uni, kind of weird, kind of hard. Also because I had a massive stomachache yesterday. I don't know what happened, but yeah, my stomach just went no. I have a feeling the carbonara I reheated on Sunday may have been the culprit. I have no idea. It could be anxiety induced. It could be the half a bottle of wine I drank on Sunday. Yesterday was R&J all day. Today will be the same, I imagine. I need to remember to take my headshots in today because I completely forgot them yesterday. We're gonna try and do some space buttons, I think. But like low space buttons, like 90s space buttons. I tried this hairstyle not so long ago and I looked at it, I just thought I looked like a very niche Doctor Who character, insert picture now. That's the look we're going for, I think. But yeah, I think it's a very 90s, early 2000s look, the low space bun. But a high space bun, as much as I love it, it can really pull on certain parts of my scalp and just make my head feel really itchy and painful. I think I'm gonna look at like a proper kids performer today. Yeah, I completely forgot my script yesterday. Went through some new cuts yesterday. I'm gonna have to relearn the last scene because a couple of my lines are gone, a couple of my cue lines are gone. It's great fun. Right. They're in. I actually have them more like sticking out the side, which I kind of wish I did. But I don't have time to change it. It's 8:15. I need to leave in 5 minutes. I don't have time to change it. My job tonight, possibly, is to dye my hair, depending on how much work I get done today. I'm gonna get calluses on my thumb, or just lose the nerve endings from pushing pins into my hair. That'll do, donkey, that'll do. So, did some side quests on my lunch break. Went to see Exeter about a game I bought for my boyfriend. It wasn't working properly, and they're like, yeah, you're gonna have to pay for it. Basically, they were like, yeah, if you want the game to work, you're gonna have to pay for each part individually. I was like, that sucks. I did go to Superdrug and got this. It's by Maybelline. Knee High is the shade. And I think it's like a lip tint, Superstay Teddy Tint, which I think is going to be my wedding shade. Which I think it's not too dark, but it's not too light either. I think this is like a good shade. It's really sunny. It's really like nice outside. I'm like, I've only got like 10 minutes left of lunch, so I'm going to have to go inside. But would have been nice to eat outside because it's really nice today. It's really sunny. Love the sun. It's hair dyeing time. So this is the dye we're using. This is the one I always use. But it's so easy to use. Instruction, because it's slightly different depending on if you're doing your roots versus if you're doing your whole hair. But first we need something a bit more appropriate to wear. There we go. That's better. As we can see, this has already got hair dye stains all over it. What did I just say? Hair dye stains, not hair dye stains. Okay, so the root part is done. I have like teeny tiny cuts on my head from like scratching at it. So some of it was a little bit painful. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this for 25 minutes. It says to leave it for 20, but because my hair's quite dark, I like to leave it a little bit longer. And then I'm gonna come back and I've got like just over half a bottle left. I'm gonna come back in 25 minutes and do my length. So I watched a YouTube video today, and it's by one of my favourite creators, Hayley Honeyman, and it was talking about exercise. And she was talking about like showing up every day, even if it's a little bit, and not like giving yourself an excuse of, oh, but I showed up yesterday. That doesn't matter. What matters is showing up today. And I was like, okay, what is the bare minimum I could do today? And I think for me, that is just getting my yoga mat out and doing some stretching for 20 minutes while this sits in my hair, and I can put some Dairy Girls on at the same time. So we're gonna do that. Good morning. It's Wednesday. I thought I'd just show how the colour turned out. So as you can see, it's actually done really, really well. I'm really pleased with it. Honestly, I don't know what Clarinol put in their hair dyes, but I was in the shower and I was like, I don't even feel like I need to put shampoo in because my hair already feels clean just from the dye. So yeah, I highly recommend Clarinol if you're gonna be dyeing your hair. Definitely what I'm gonna be sticking to for the foreseeable future. Good evening. Today was a good day. It was also such lovely weather today. It was so gorgeous. I sat outside for my lunch break and it was so, so lovely. We just did a run from the beginning and we did all of Act 1. There's 5 acts. And we did a run of Act 1, basically, which was really good. One of my friends said to me, they were like, oh, your Irish accent was so cool. Like, I wish you'd do it. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's try it for this run. So I didn't really tell anybody. I just did it. I was like, you know what? Actually, it's not that bad. It could work. And our director didn't say anything about it, which if he doesn't say anything about it, it's kind of assume that he's fine with it. He'd say something if he wasn't okay with it. It definitely needs work because I haven't done it in a while, so it sounded quite West Country. I mean, I'm giving myself additional work because I now need to go over the accent, which is fine because I love accent training. But basically what I do is there's this website with loads and loads of recordings of people with various different accents from all over the world. And there's one specifically that I really like. And then I just put my headphones on and just try and mimic the sounds and literally just try and copy exactly what I'm hearing without judgment. Like, I just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. Listen it, and I do that with multiple different videos. And then there is an online tutorial video again, like highlighting the different sounds that are different. Their Dublin accent. I'm eating lentil bolognese, which is absolutely delicious. I'm not like fully sold on the texture, but I do think it's rather lovely. So I had a delivery arrive today. This is the last of my things for the wedding, but it is this, I don't know how you describe it, it's like a wrap. It's like a big old scarf thing. Yeah. And you literally just wrap it around, and then it's got like a little loop-de-loop thing in that you can just stuff that in. But it's so long at the back, it's literally like a cape. But I love it. It's really, really soft as well. I wasn't expecting it to be soft, but it's really, really soft and comfy. So I think it's going to keep me warm. But given how the weather's been recently, I don't know how warm I'm actually going to have to stay. But good to have the option. Good morning. Welcome back to my bathroom. It is Friday. Today is combat exam day, which is fun and slightly terrifying. I'm feeling nervous. I can feel the nerves in my belly, but in my head, I'm not nervous. I'm confident with this fight. And I'm just like, I'm not expecting anything big in terms of marks for this. I think I've learnt my lesson in terms of no matter how hard I try, I don't do well in combat exams for some reason. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna do what I can do. I'm just gonna put all the intention I can into it, just so that I look like I'm actually trying to kill my fighting partner. We're doing Tangled as our script, which is why I'm wearing purple. Although this doesn't look very purple, it is purple. And then I'm gonna do, I did just have a braid in my hair, but I'm gonna do a ponytail with a braid. After my exam, I'm gonna go see my boyfriend, which is quite a nice way of doing things, I think. Even if it goes horrible, I get to go see my boyfriend afterwards, which is very nice. I think I'm gonna use some visualization on the train. We're gonna imagine the best possible scenario. We're going no makeup, because I'm going to be sweating. I might be crying. The worst things that could happen. Sword gets caught on the ceiling. Sword shatters. That's fine. There's another sword there. Forget the lines. It's alright, I can make it up. Hit my partner. Well, depending on whether or not the examiner sees it. If he sees that I've hit my partner, we'll fail. If he doesn't, we might get away with it. I never do as good as I want to do in combat. I think maybe that will change today. Let's put that out into the universe. So you will have just seen me at spoons. Post-exam, little treat for us all. I got a distinction. Yeah, I got a distinction, which is very, very cool. And it was my highest mark yet, which is amazing. And like, we got things wrong as well, which actually means I was really good on my technique and everything else, because the mistakes would have dropped us marks. So, and I was really close to actually getting a distinction plus. So I think if I hadn't, if we hadn't made those mistakes, could have potentially been looking at borderline distinction plus. Which really. Exam day went really, really well. Got a distinction, it was really, really good. Got 87%, which highest grade yet, and only like 3% off a distinction plus, which is like the best possible result you can get. So I'm really, really pleased. So yeah, the routine went really well. We did hit the ceiling, which I think would have taken some marks off. So I'm a bit like, oh, if we hadn't have hit the ceiling, maybe I would have been a distinction plus, or maybe without some of the mistakes would have been a distinction plus. And the workshop went really well, confident with it, and like we kept saying like, oh, everyone made mistakes in the workshop, everyone made mistakes in the workshop. Me and my partner did make a mistake, but I don't think it was that noticeable. And I think we really took on board the direction that was given to us. So actually I think the workshop really would have boosted me up a bit. And so I've been emailing agents about coming to see Romeo and Juliet. One of the agents called me out the blue, literally as I got out of the shower. I was still in my towel, and she was like, oh, thank you for reaching out, I'm so sorry I can't make it, but like feel free to send me stuff, we're always looking for new clients. And I was like, yeah, I'll send you like other shows I have coming up. So yes, definitely going to keep in contact with that agency. But yeah, it was really cool. It actually franked me. Today has been a good day. I'm really, really happy. Good morning. It is Saturday. This vlog's been over a week now, but hey ho. I had a really good night last night. We played, me and my boyfriend were playing video games. We made like pita bread pizzas. Yeah, it was just a really great night. But my boyfriend lives quite far away, so I got home quite late, went to bed quite late, and then had to get up early for a Zoom call. It's now gone midday, it's nearly 12:30 and I need to go shopping, but I've got a really bad headache and I don't want to go, but I have no food, so needs must. I really, really want to, if I can find the energy today, I really, really want to deep clean my whole flat, because there's so many surfaces where I just haven't wiped it down in so long, and I can only imagine the dust that's and dirt that's like hidden away that I can't see. So if my headache gets better, I'm going to be deep cleaning my flat today. Fun. But for now, I'll be. Sunday. I'm just coming back. I've just dropped off a vintage parcel because basically I'm selling a lot of clothes at the moment. Something got sold, so I've just been and dropped it off. And yeah, it was just so easy. I love selling on Vinted, especially when as who's buying it picks relay as their like preferred shipping method. So it means that I don't have to print off any shipping labels or anything. I literally have to go to a convenience store like 15 minutes away, drop it off, scan a QR code, and that's that. And I grabbed a Monster while I was there, because I was a bit like, not really feeling it today. But yeah, just a bit of an easy way to make some money. Today's just gonna be a chill one. Gonna go home, maybe do a jigsaw, maybe do some editing. But yeah, bit of a chill one today. I'm sat in my flat and I'm trying to edit. I've got the video up on my laptop, and all I can hear outside is cars like beeping their horns. Let me see if I can open the door and you can hear it. I don't know if you could hear that, but yeah, it's just non-stop. I don't know what's going on. I wonder, because I saw a load of cars yesterday driving around like honking their horns with like Free Iran and Stop the Genocide and like Iranian flags flying. I wonder if they're doing the same thing. Honestly, I might go outside and have a look, because I'm just so baffled as to what's going on. Yeah, so it was Free Iran drivers. They've got like Iranian flags outside their like cars and stuff like that. And there was literally someone standing in the middle of the road diverting traffic. And so traffic's quite slow moving. And I'm like, yeah, they're doing it for a good cause, and like by honking their horns, like everyone's looking at them and they're raising awareness. Love that. Great. It's just a bit annoying. Which is kind of the whole point, I guess, but yeah, good for them. Drive a bit further down, please. Okay, so it is much later in the evening. I've spent like 6 hours pretty much editing. Or thereabouts. It's gonna be a long one. I'm gonna try and cut it down as much as I can, because at the moment it's very, very long. Terribly sorry, but I am gonna end this video here. So if you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.